Hello, sixth grade cowboys and cowgirls. This is lesson 3.2 on multiplying mixed numbers. The first thing you have to do with the mixed number in order to multiply is you have to convert it over to an improper fraction. And to do that, you take the denominator, multiply it by the whole number, and then add the numerator to get your new numerator. So 3 times 2 is 6. And then you add the 1 to make 7. That's your new numerator, and you keep the same denominator. And let me show you how that works, because if you take this and top dog it and divide it, you know that 3 goes into 7 2 times, which is 6. You subtract, you get 1, and here's your numerator, and there's your denominator. So you're back to 2 1/3. So that's going from mixed to improper back to mixed again. So you have to make it an improper fraction in order to multiply. So it says the science club members are planting a garden. They use 2 1/4 bags of gravel as a border for the flower section of the garden. They will need 1/3 as much gravel for the vegetable section as for the flower section. How much gravel will they use in the vegetable section? Well, you can estimate it by rounding them to whole numbers and multiplying and see, making sure that your answer is acceptable. So in other words, let's go ahead and go to step 2. It says multiply or write the product in simplest form. So we're taking 1/3 times 2 1/4. So again, you have to make the 2 1/4 an improper fraction. So 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9, and then you keep the same denominator. So it becomes 9/4. So you take 1/3 times 9/4. Now again, you can simplify before you multiply. We know that both of these are divisible by 3. So that becomes 1, and that becomes 3. So now if you multiply across the top, you got 1 times 3 is 3, and 1 times 4 is 4. So 3/4 when you multiply the numerators and the denominators after you simplify. So here's a few examples down here at the bottom. So if you take 3 1/3, so 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10/3 times 3/4. And if you'll notice, both these 3's divisible by 3, which makes them 1. 10 and 4 both divisible by 2. Divide them by 2, you get 5 here and 2 here. So now multiplying the numerators, you get 5 times 1 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. So it becomes 5/2. Let me erase that, write it better. It is a 5/2. There. Okay, 1 4/5. So 5 times 1 is 5, plus 4 is 9/5 times 1/2. It doesn't look like anything, we cannot simplify anything, so 9 times 1 is 9. 5 times 2 is 10, 9/10. Okay, here, again, you have 5, 6 times 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 is 11 over same denominator. So let's see what we got here. Doesn't look like anything will simplify, so 55/24. That's in the simplest form. Okay, so you have 3/5 times 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11/5. So again, nothing can simplify, so 3 times 11 is 33. 5 times 5 is 25. Here you have 9/10 times 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13/4. Again, nothing will simplify. 3 times 9 is 27, carry your 2. 9 times 1 is 9, 10, 11. So 117/40. And the last one, 5 1/6. So 6 times 5 is 30, plus 1 is 31/6 times 1/8. Again, nothing will simplify, so multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. 31/48. Okay. Now let's do another word problem. So it says Grace is making 2 and a half batches of muffins for our school's annual bake sale. If one batch of muffins requires 1 1/4 cups of flour, how many cups of flour does Grace need to make 2 1/2 batches of muffins? So what it comes down to is you're going to multiply 2 1/2 times 1 1/4. So again, you have to make both these mixed numbers improper fractions. So 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5 over 2, which we have here. And then 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5 over 4, which we have here. Okay, doesn't look like anything simplifies, so you get multiply the numerators, you get 25, the denominators, you get 8, but you can make this back to a mixed number by top dogging it, if you want to do that. So 8 goes into 25 3 times, which is 24. Subtract, you get 1. There's your numerator, and there's your denominator. So 3 1/8. So Grace will need 3 1/8 cups of flour. Okay. Let's do a couple more. Let's do these two over here. So 2 3/8, 8 times 2 is 16, plus 3 is 19 over 8, times 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 15 over 5. Doesn't look like anything simplifies. So numerators or denominators 40, 19 times 15, 45, 5 and 4 is 9, 1 and 9, 5, 18, 285. So 285 over 40. That will simplify. Yeah, we should have simplified here. Huh, didn't notice that. Both these were divisible by 5, so that becomes a 1, that becomes a 3. So that makes this a little bit easier to multiply now. Let's try that again. So in the top, you got 19 times 3, that's 27, 3 and 57, over 8 times 1 is 8. Okay. Now let's do this one, 5 1/4. Here we go. 4 times 5 is 20, plus 1 is 21 over 4 times 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 is 14 over 3. We know that these are both divisible by 3. Okay, both these are divisible by 2. Okay, so you got the top 7 times 7 is 49. 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, so that concludes our lesson on multiplying mixed numbers.